For years, the most admired companies were the ones chasing massive wins. Bold expansions, breakthrough products, and aggressive growth strategies were seen as signs of strong leadership and confidence. Predictable businesses, by comparison, were often labeled boring or overly cautious. Today, that mindset has shifted. Across corporate America, companies are increasingly choosing predictability over big wins, and this change reflects how risk, success, and long-term survival are being redefined. The most important reason for this shift is the nature of today's business environment. Volatility is no longer an occasional disruption. It is constant. Demand can soften suddenly. Costs can rise without warning. Interest rates, regulation, and global events can alter conditions quickly. In this environment, strategies built around chasing big wins feel fragile. Predictability offers something more valuable: control. Companies would rather know what their next year looks like than gamble on a best-case scenario that might never arrive. Another key factor is the rising cost of failure. When capital was cheap and growth was rewarded regardless of profitability, companies could afford to take big risks. If a bold move failed, it could often be absorbed. That safety net no longer exists. Higher interest rates and tighter financial conditions make mistakes more expensive and harder to reverse. Executives now focus as much on downside protection as upside potential. Predictable strategies reduce the chance of damaging errors. Profitability has also been reframed. Many companies have learned that steady, repeatable profits matter more than occasional breakthroughs. Big wins are exciting, but they are often followed by volatility. Predictable revenue and margins support better planning, stronger balance sheets, and calmer decision-making. A business that performs reliably does not need to constantly chase the next big moment to justify its strategy. Investor expectations reinforce this shift. Markets have become more skeptical of bold narratives unsupported by fundamentals. Growth stories without clear cash flow are questioned quickly. In contrast, companies that deliver consistent results quarter after quarter earn trust. Predictability reduces surprises, and fewer surprises mean lower perceived risks. That stability is increasingly rewarded. Hiring strategy reflects this preference clearly. Big wins often require rapid hiring and new capabilities, which creates long-term cost commitments. Predictable strategies favor stable teams, gradual skill development, and productivity gains within existing structures. Companies are choosing to deepen what they already do well instead of stretching organizations beyond their limits. Technology investment has followed a similar path. Instead of chasing transformative platforms with uncertain returns, businesses are investing in tools that improve visibility, efficiency, and reliability. Systems that reduce errors, improve forecasting, and streamline operations support predictable outcomes. Experimental technology is approached more cautiously because unpredictable systems create unpredictable results. Customer behavior also plays a role. Customers today are more cautious and value-focused. They reward consistency more than novelty. Big wins often involve changes that disrupt pricing, service, or experience. When those changes fail, trust is lost quickly. Predictable strategies emphasize reliability, which strengthens long-term relationships and stabilizes revenue. There is also a leadership maturity element behind this shift. Many executives have lived through cycles where ambitious bets produced short-term gains, followed by long-term instability. Those experiences reshape priorities. Leaders become less impressed by potential upside and more focused on durability. Predictability reflects experience, not lack of vision. Risk management has moved to the center of strategy. Big wins usually require concentrated risk. Predictable outcomes come from diversification, controls, and contingency planning. Companies are stress-testing decisions more rigorously and rejecting strategies that only work if everything goes right. If success depends on perfect conditions, the strategy is often considered too risky. There is a psychological dimension as well. Businesses built around big wins operate under constant pressure to deliver the next breakthrough. Missed targets feel catastrophic. Predictable businesses operate at a steadier pace. This reduces internal stress, improves execution, and lowers the chance of costly mistakes. Over time, calmer organizations perform more consistently. Regulatory and compliance complexity also favors predictability. Staying within clear, repeatable frameworks reduces exposure to unexpected penalties or rule changes. Big wins that push boundaries can attract scrutiny. Predictable strategies lower risk in an increasingly regulated environment. Importantly, choosing predictability does not mean abandoning growth forever. Many companies see predictability as a way to preserve optionality. Strong cash flow, stable operations, and trusted brands allow businesses to move decisively when opportunities become clearer and less risky. Chasing big wins too early can exhaust resources before the right moment arrives. Even innovation is being redefined. Instead of dramatic leaps, companies are focusing on incremental improvements that compound over time. Small gains in efficiency, quality, and customer experience may not generate headlines, but they produce predictable value. Over years, those gains add up,